Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress. Do you know the 6 handshake theory? Given the population of the planet, it is calculated that you are only 6 handshakes away from everyone else. That is, you shake person's A's hand, they shake person's B's hand, who shakes person's C's hand. And that way you are connected to person C in 3 steps. It's also known as the 6 degrees of separation. So if you're watching this video, you and I have shaken hands with no more than 5 steps in between. What does this have to do with chess? Well, I was thinking, how many steps are there between me and Magnus Carlsen? In how many steps did I play against him? Or against Bobby Fischer? Or the first world champion Wilhelm Steinitz? Or maybe Paul Morphy? We could even go back all the way to Ruy Lopez, the first strongest player of his time in the 16th century, but that is a very complicated puzzle. I don't only want to know in how many steps did I play Magnus Carlsen, but what about in how many steps did I beat Magnus Carlsen? Well, I figured that out. So 5 easy steps to beat Magnus Carlsen. On February 16, 2013, I played the player Valentina Kalinins in the Irish League and I won. And I found out through my research that on April 1st, 2013, this player beat Grandmaster Marian Petrov in the Dublin Masters. And Grandmaster Petrov beat Alexander Donchenko, a German Grandmaster, in the ECC Open on October 17, 2018. Alexander Donchenko beat Arkady Naidic in the French Team Championships in May 2015. And Naidic beat world champion Magnus Carlsen on February 4th, 2015 in the Granke Classic. He won another game against Carlsen as well. So there you go, that's how you do it. You beat a player who beats a Grandmaster Petrov from Bulgaria, who beat Grandmaster Donchenko, who beat Grandmaster Naidic, and Naidic beat the world champion. That's how you beat a world champion in 5 easy steps. And I will be very interested to hear about your chain. In how many steps did you play Magnus Carlsen or even beat him? I was quite happy with my 5 steps. I shared it with one of my friends, International Master Dharma Chan from the Netherlands, and he very quickly said, well, I did it in 2 steps. He did beat Luc van Wely, Dutch Grandmaster, and Luc van Wely once beat Magnus Carlsen in a classical game. So my friend did it in just 2 steps. I guess it's very difficult to improve on that. The only way he can improve is by beating Magnus Carlsen over the board. During my research I found that win from Valentina Kalinins in the 2nd step over the Bulgarian Grandmaster Marian Petrov was a very nice game, which I will show you now. White, Grandmaster Marian Petrov from Bulgaria, black, Valentina Kalinins from Latvia, playing his chess in Ireland. The Grandmaster had a rating of 2508 and Kalinins a rating of 2074, so over 400 points of a difference in rating. E4 from the Grandmaster and D5 from Kalinins. The Scandinavian defense. E takes, Queen takes, Knight C3, attacking the Queen. And now there are 3 main variations. Sometimes the Queen goes back to D8. More often the Queen goes to A5. But Queen D6 is also a very popular move. Grandmaster Sergei Tiviakov has made this line very popular. The Queen is not badly positioned on D6. D4, Knight F6, Knight F3, and now there are different moves. C6 is possible, Bishop G4 is possible, but Kalinins knows his theory and the main line is A6. Now G3 is a main move, or Bishop E2, but Grandmaster Petrov plays a rare move, A3. Probably to get his opponent out of book, out of theory. Knight C6 developing, and that knight was kicked straight away with D5. Knight E5, and here Bishop F4 looks a bit tricky, pinning that knight, but there's always knight takes F3 check. To solve that problem, Queen takes, and then the Queen can go to B6, for example. But Petrov did not play Bishop F4, he played Bishop E2. Kalinins took on F3 anyway with check, Bishop takes, and G6. preparing to fianchetto the king's bishop. G3, preparing bishop f4, the bishop will be protected there. Bishop g7, castling from the grandmaster, and bishop h3. Attacking the rook stepped aside, and now Kalinins also castled. Bishop f4, attacking the queen, and the queen dropped back to d7. a4 from white, white is grabbing space on the queen side. Rook fe8, and a5, grabbing even more space. Rook ad8, black's position is very harmonious and solid. Just the bishop on h3 is a strangely positioned piece. But white cannot exploit that. In fact, the bishop on h3 will play an important role in a few moves. Queen e2 from Petrov. e6, challenging that pawn on d5. Petrov saw nothing better than taking. Rook takes, hitting the queen. Queen c4, attacking the pawn on c7 with 2 pieces, but c6 was played. Black has fully equalized. And that's quite an achievement from Kalinins against an opponent rated over 400 points higher than him. It's hard for white to make progress. Bishop e3 is a move to keep pieces on the board, but white has no advantage. But let's see what happened. Shock and horror. Here, Grandmaster Marian Petrov made a huge blunder. He played rook e to d1, not paying attention for a moment. He's attacking the queen, and that rook on d1 is protected by 3 pieces. So it looks like black has to flee with the queen, but here came the shot, and do you see it? If you want to look, put the video on pause. The refutation of this move is very nice. Kalinins found it. It was queen takes d1, check. Ouch. White resigned. It's really over straight away. There's nothing to play for here. White will get checkmated in every variation. Let's have a look. What about rook takes d1? What is the point? Well, the point is that you just take on d1 with check. And if you take back with the knight or take back with the bishop, it doesn't matter. There is rook e1 check. And the bottom rank of white is terribly weak. Queen f1 is actually the only legal move. And this is checkmate on the board. Quite incredible. Is there really nothing else after queen takes d1 check? No, there isn't. You can take with another piece, but it only speeds up the mate by 1 move. Rook e1 check is still winning. The bottom rank is still weak. This rook plays no role. Queen f1 and checkmate. A crushing win from Valentin Kalinins. I'm sure he enjoyed it. And a very tough one to take for Grandmaster Petrov. But I'm happy this game took place because it enabled me to get the chain to 5 steps from myself to the world champion. And this is the position in the game between myself and the Chess to Impress viewers. I've played e4 on the 4th move and now it is your turn. You can put your 4th move in the comments underneath this video and then you will be in the draw for the raffle. At the end of this game I will raffle the book The Mating Game, which was made available by my sponsor The Beste Zet amongst the viewers who have taken part in this game. It's a nice bit of fun for a rainy afternoon to browse the internet to see how many steps are you removed from the world champion. And please let me know if you find something, let me know in the comments how far you are removed from your chess hero. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel and please leave a comment. I will read them all and I will reply to them all. If you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter and on Facebook. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.